Howdy folks, and welcome to another Taste of Gameplay video, this time for the Yukon, a Tier 7 Commonwealth Premium battleship. Actually a Canadian ship that goes in the Commonwealth category in World of Warships. I remember when this ship came out, there was a bunch of controversy about something involving a community contributor member, this woman named Little White Mouse, and there was something about how they had built some art for the ship because they were Canadian, and then Wargaming at the last minute told them they weren't going to use it, and there was a bunch of kerfuffle. It was a different time for World of Warships, a different time. That was not too long after I started playing the game. But anyway, Yukon, the battleship. It's a good ship. It's a solid, brawling battleship. The guns are really short range, and they're not terribly accurate, not very good dispersion, but they hit like a truck, and there's a lot of them. It's a long reload, but it does have a spotting aircraft for certain moments, and it has a lot of really good super heals. So it's one of those battleships where if you manage your health and the distance that you are from the enemies, you can wind up having a lot of battle impact and doing a lot of damage. You need other folks to screen for you, which on this flank I'm going to get that. I'm going to get a friendly battleship and a destroyer screening for me. And as with a lot of ships in the game, you have to pick your spots. You have to use your health bar appropriately. So, like this Marblehead cruiser, he is not doing that. He's playing way too aggressively. And I'm going to do a little bit of damage to him. Of course, it'd be better if those shots had landed a little better, but overpens are a fact of life when you have scattershot guns like this. There's a lot of ships on our flank, so we're going to have to play a bit of a delaying action. You can see we're already winning on the other flank, but on this flank we're going to have to kite. There's too many of them. My destroyer over here does a good job of just not dying. The Gallant. I am top tier in this game, which helps a ton. Gonna get some pretty good damage, gonna have some good battle impact, but that's not gonna happen until a little later in the game. Again, part of it is for these Taste of Gameplay videos. I do play a little more conservatively. Nothing gained from exploding in the first 5 minutes. But still, yeah. This is a classic battleship, not a long-range sniper, not even really a mid-range ship. The guns, I believe, is 15.7 max range. That is not very good, even for Tier 7. But the concealment's not bad. I believe I've got it spec'd up to about 11.5. No torpedoes, no gimmicks, just a really nice heel, reasonably good armor, guns that hit really hard but need you to be at short range. So basically your classic brawling battleship. I don't know how well this ship would work if it was at Tier 10. I'm not even sure how well this ship works if it gets up tiered to Tier 9. But at Tier 7 or possibly even Tier 8, it does pretty well. It's a pretty good ship. I'm going to have a pretty good game in it. Should you go out of your way to buy this ship? I don't know. Probably not. Unless you enjoy Canadian ships. This is a real historical ship, I believe. Or you just really enjoy this particular style of gameplay. At some point here, I'm finally going to land a meaningful salvo. Yep, this one. Yeah, so nice solid 20k into that poor, what is that? Piotr Veliki? Peter the Great. Trying to learn a little Ukrainian in my spare time, so I recognize that is Peter the Great. Close enough. Okay. Yeah, so I want to be close, but I don't want to be too close. I can't be the point of the spear. There's too many of them. But we need to start eliminating some of these low health targets. I'm going to get a couple good shots in here on this Charles 43. Also a ship that doesn't have very good guns at this range, so I'm not terribly worried. The reload really is slow. Yeah, unfortunately he went dark. That was my mistake. I should have shot immediately. Little slow on the trigger there. This is another one of those games that looks like it could be a loss on paper. It doesn't seem like it's going all that well. We're down one ship, but we've got one extra cap zone, and we've really dominated the other flank. And this flank, even though they've won the flank, we have played a delaying action, and they really don't have a very good position. They don't have a lot of cross shots on our ships. What should really turn the tide for them is the Mutsuki on this side. I just played the Mutsuki, so I know he's got some nice juicy 8-kilometer torpedoes, but for some reason he's not going to use them. I'm not sure what happened to him, but I was worried he was coming for me, but he never does. I never see his torps. Not sure if he went AFK or what happened to him. But yeah, we've already snuck up to 40k damage, which is not amazing, but it's not bad for tier 7, especially for this up tier game. Not a lot of hit points in this one. Bunch of tier 5 and tier 6 ships. I'm a little worried that the Scharnhorst is going to come around this corner and really get a serious shot into my broadside. But I can also see that he's shooting at somebody else. His attention is somewhere else. I don't know if he just doesn't think about the consequences of coming around that side, but anyway, I was spotted, so he really should have known better. At this point, I'm turning away because I'm worried that he launched torpedoes, which he really should have done, but he didn't. I want to be sailing away from the torpedoes so I have maximum time to maneuver. At this point, it's an odd game because we're really not winning by that much, but we kind of are. Like, this game is mostly won. We have 2 cap zones to their 1. We're about to cap a 3rd. We've got 170 odd more points. I think one of their ships might be AFK, perhaps, that Scharnhorst. I don't think he's going to move, so that's part of their problem. I get a real hit. Yeah, 6 full pens. What was that? I think another 15k into that Fuso. Yeah. So these guns are really inaccurate, but they hit super hard. So standard World of Warships battleship frustration. You only get a shot every 30 seconds, and there's a lot of RNG involved. Sometimes you just roll poorly. But over time, if you stay alive for the whole game and keep shooting, the odds are eventually going to wind up in your favor. Nobody gets bad RNG shot after shot after shot. Eventually, you get your damage in. And again, really important to eliminate low health targets. I don't think we're going to get this kill. I think that's going to be one of the other battleships. Yeah. Ah, right. Yes, I have to ask for backup. One of the things I'm not crazy about with some of these battleships with extremely long reload times is this phenomenon right here. Someone's super low health, and there's just not much you can do. And now he's healing.
Torpedoes to starboard.
Hooray! My team took care of him.
Torpedoes to starboard.
There's a Monaghan over there. That's where all the torpedoes are coming from. Monaghan gets a lot of torpedoes and really terrible guns. Kind of an odd little ship, that one. Yeah, I still don't know where that Mutsuki is. You would think that by now he would have either tried to back capped that cap at the back, or he'd be launching torps at someone, probably me,
Torpedoes to
but
port.
nope.
Spotter destroyed. Torpedoes to port.
Sneakily up to 76K. New Mexico, not a particularly amazing ship. Definitely got a pretty serious citadel.
Position of a strategic target.
However, just again, look at that dispersion. It's so bad. It's just so bad.
Concentrate fire on the enemy
Ah, well.
warship.
Yukon is still a fun ship. It's still a fun ship, and you occasionally really get to hit super hard, and you get all these heals. Now, in this game, I haven't used the heals because I didn't need to. So in a way, I didn't really showcase the ship. But yeah, that's the Yukon Tier 7 battleship. Pretty good ship, pretty good ship. Enough for a Class 3 badge. I believe second from the top, 1300 XP. Yeah, not a bad game, and I will see you in the next one.